today's a real big day. We're about a month out from that American event. That's the one that Teton Ridge is putting on at the American Rodeo at Globe Life Field in Arlington, March the 10th. If you don't have your tickets yet, go get them. But I only get to ride one horse, kind of like the Run for Million basically, but we get to pick two horses to come, to put down as the ones that you're going to potentially ride, and then I have to narrow it down to one. And tonight's the night that I have to pick, so I'm trying to get one last ride in just to make sure. I think right now I've got Stopping in Jersey, owned by Boston Ranch, Taylor Sheridan, and Gooder, Guns and Dynamite, we know him. I think these are the two I'm going to pick, but I also have Monte Carlo, and I'll tell you a little story about all of them. But the thing is, I want to pick the best horse I have to have the best chance, but then the very next week it's the Run for a Million qualifier. So it's all about trying to time it to where, I want to be good at the American, but then I also want to be good at the Cactus. So, it's a big decision. I mean, I'm excited to do this because, it's only the top 5 that made it. And it's like, it's a little stressful just trying to make sure I'm picking the right horse. So I'm going to jump on now. Hey, Adriel, why don't you put, were you going to wash her off or something?
I was doing
Tailing up. Okay. Hey, Megan, will you get on Gooder and just walk and jog him? Here's Turbo, Walla Walla Starbuck. This is the stallion that I showed at the second Run for a Million. He was my last minute replacement for Monte Carlo when he got hurt there. I've been preparing really about 4 of them. Just riding like normal, and they're all great horses, which is the tough thing because it's like, which one do you pick? This horse is so pretty. He's 6 years old this year, and I feel like him and I are really starting to get each other figured out. He was real good at the Reining by the Bay last year, marked a 225 on him. Won the level 3, and we were in top 5 in the level 4. He's pretty dependable. But the things I got to think about, this is going to be a environment that we haven't really been in before. I mean, these horses are used to crowds and stuff. Globe Life Field, the arena is going to be a little different dimensions than what we're used to. I like to believe, they're going to have the ground good and all that part will be fine. But, I'm kind of thinking you want to have a horse that doesn't take a lot of time to settle in. 'Cause normally we go to these events and we've got a week, 4 days, 5 days to get them dialed in with an environment. Here, we're going to get a couple hours the day before, which is Thursday the 9th, to ride in the arena. Then we get a couple hours the day of, and then we compete that night. So you kind of got to show up ready to go. He's like just completely relaxed. The other cool thing about this American is, they got the top 5 cow horse riders from last year and the top 5 cutters. And I'm going to find out tonight, but they're putting us, we'll all be on a team. We'll be teamed up with one rider from each discipline. Then they'll add our scores together, and that'll be part of it also. They've got a whole side purse for the team aspect. And then last I heard, they're somehow doing some sort of fantasy thing. I guess they do that with the NFR, and whoever does that's coming over, and it sounds like maybe you'll kind of be able to pick your own team, kind of put it together and see how it works out. So it's kind of fun having different things like that. You gonna make it out for that, Ryan?
Oh, I'll be here. I'm just trying to figure out which team to bet on.
That should be an obvious one. I gotta pick my team. I got some friends in both disciplines.
Who do you like for the cutting and cow horse?
Well, if I could pick, in the cow horse, I got to pick my buddy Corey Cushing. We've been friends for, I hate to add it up now, but I think it's over 25 years. I'd rather not add it up, but it's been a long time. And you can never, he's one of the world's greatest. Well, all these guys are so good, but I got to go with my friend. And then in the cutting, it's hard to not pick a Don Banuelos. He's #1 last year in the cutting, and it appears that he's starting off the same way this year. love about this horse, he just comes out pretty much ready to go to work right away. Should have ran a poll on which horse I should show. I'm not gonna run and stop him today. We're a month out. I know these guys so well, I can feel when they're dialed in or not, and I know if I was to go and run and stop him today, I have a feeling he'd probably be pretty good. Now, Gooder's 7 years old. You know, have a real good feel for what he's capable of doing. I marked a 229 or 220, yeah, 229 on him at the NRBC last year. And he's so dynamic, so physical that he's one that would be an obvious choice. But like I was telling you, then we got the Run for a Million qualifier at the Cactus Classic, which we would leave 4 or 5 days right after the American. And I need to have 3 horses that are dialed in for that, because I missed it last year. That was my worst day of the season, was that day at the Cactus. I want to get back there and have a good showing there and get back in that Run for a Million. So I've kind of got that in the back of my head, is could I take a horse, show it at the American, and then it actually would be about 13 days, and then turn around and show again. Would it be fair to try to ask a horse to be that good, that close together? I know a lot of these horses are capable of doing it, but then we have the NRBC a couple weeks after that. So it's a stretch here of 3 shows that are all real big. They're all important. Just trying to make the best decision to have these horses be as ready as they can be and keep them healthy and sound the entire time. This guy's a little different than Stopper. Stopper's so big and strong, and Gooder, he's just it's like a little pit bull. He's a little powerhouse. What's so funny, he's so dynamic, but to just lope him around, he's actually on the lazy side. Nothing real exciting to see in these older ones. They're so dialed in that it's just kind of going through the motions, which is fun in one hand, but it is, riding those 2 and 3-year-olds is fun too, because you see such big changes in them from day to day. These guys, you're just barely moving the needle. Sometimes it's about what you don't do with them, just not putting a ton of pressure on them, letting them stay relaxed. I don't know, they both feel pretty good. Doesn't really help my decision making. The other thing too, I've scored high numbers on both of these horses. That's why I've narrowed it down to these 2, I think. I know I can trust they're gonna go out there and be good. Which one looks better to you, Ryan?
I don't know, man. I feel like I got to see Monte Carlo first.
All right, fair enough. Monte Carlo, the only thing with him is he had some time off. He was been on the aqua tread, and we just got him back, just trying to make sure that he, like we said before, the horse's health is always number 1.
Who have you scored higher on?
I've scored higher on this guy, the NRBC, the 229. I've had maybe a few more runs on him. I scored a 225 on him. And that's tough, because you got different judges and the environment's different. So, I think when you kind of get up to those scores, a lot of that depends on the judges too. I didn't show them at the same event, so it's kind of hard to compare them. If you watch his run, Stopping in Jersey's run from Raining by the Bay, you could you could argue that it wasn't 4 points different than this horse's 229.
Who's more consistent?
Well, that's my problem. They're both consistent. They're both really consistent. I think he is gonna probably, if I'm, I don't have a crystal ball, but thinking about the Cactus as well, I think he might be better. I don't think he'll be as sharp for 2 runs in a row that close. And I could be wrong, but then also thinking you got to kind of be like a head coach too, and a general manager and all of that of a team. You got to think about down the road. What we've got the NRHA Derby. The run for $1 million itself. Knock on wood, I get in. Trying to make sure that got as many options as possible that are sharp and ready. This horse is so funny. I can say he left to his own, devices. You just come out. If you didn't know any better, and you cruise him around, you go, "Oh yeah, he's a cute little horse." He can kind of turn around. But you step on the gas, and he's got about another 2 levels there of speed, which I don't need right now. Well, we'll get Monte Carlo out, and I think since you can put 2 horses down, I think I'm gonna stick. Unless Monte Carlo comes out here and something just feels completely, just out of this world different than these two. I'm going to show these 2 horses. I'm going to put them down, and then I have 30 days to decide which one is the one I'm gonna show at the American.
So it seems, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like you're leaning towards Gooder.
Towards Gooder?
Yeah.
No, I got a pretty good poker face. I don't know. They're all so good. It's like picking your favorite kid. I like them all. They're all capable. It's just trying to get the timing right so we can try to do well at all of them. Then you pull this guy out. Gooder stout, stoppers bigger than him. And then you have Monte Carlo. He's built like a Peterbilt, but yet he's got like the suspension of a Ferrari. Look at this horse. You're gonna talk about confirmation. I'm getting ready to ride him. I won't pull the saddle off. But this horse, I could probably dally off and pull this barn down with him. He's that strong. That was one of the things when I first got on him. To this day, this is the most powerful horse I've ever sat on. You can just look at him and see. And he's got the same quality, that top line that we talked about with the other 2. He's got the same great top line as Stopper and Gooder. And you see he's dropping that head down all the time. He's another one that is, he's so strong. We bred some mares to him last year. He's got some babies on the way. Apache, a lot of them. He's got, I don't know, probably a half dozen out of really good mares coming. I still can't rule him out now, but I had another month. It would get real interesting in the decision making because he's 8, so I don't have to worry about showing in any derbies with him. There's a big open at the NRBC that I won last year with Gooder. There's a lot of events with just 1 run, but he's kind of a wild card now as he's low mileage. He's got he's not a derby horse now, so I don't have to factor in some of those other events that I do for the other ones. Three for 3 for horses with their head in the dirt. Seeing my predicament now, why it's hard to pick.
Yep.
Because he feels incredible. Hey. Man, I don't know. He feels pretty good. Monte Carlo feels pretty good, Janice. I'm gonna spin him a little bit, but I'm gonna get a second knee boot. This horse is so strong, one knee boot's not enough to protect his knees. He feels so good. He's just not in quite as good a shape as the other two. He's so big, those bell boots. You gotta get like XXL bell boots for him. He's so big. So I'm gonna kind of cheat a little, throw that bell boot on upside down, like that. How's he look to you?
He looks awesome. So if he was in shape, this would be the guy you'd pick.
Yeah, and I mean, he feels so good today. I'm just wondering if I should make him as my backup horse. He's kind of due to go out there and have a big run too. We just never have really had everything come together where he was, perfectly ready. He had a nice run at the NRB or the Reining by the Bay last year. I think he was a 221 or a 222, and that was close. But I haven't one time got a chance to demonstrate in the show ring in a pattern everything that this horse can do. So I guess to answer your question, I'm maybe changing my mind again. That's what I mean, like that horse, I'm not even asking him. When you see how hard he turns, he only has one speed.
I was gonna say, like, he looked like he was just going to shift right into a full-blown, fast as he could spin,
Wide open, yeah. Yeah, but he's so kind too, which that's why we bred him to Apache, and we bred him to quite a few mares, because he's a freak of nature as far as physical ability. I mean, you see when he goes in that spin, I mean, you feel like you're going for a ride. You got to get locked down and sit in the middle of him, or he will unseat you. I'm not even asking him right there, and he just does it. I don't see a need to spin him anymore. You see him spin? I mean, I was not even asking him to go fast. He just does it. Oh. I don't know. Still thinking he's maybe just physically not going to be in, cardiovascular shape to go call on him that soon. Wish I had somebody to make that call for me, but I guess it falls on me ultimately, always.
Maybe take him up to the mountains or something.
Do some Rocky stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chase some chickens around, try to catch them?
Yeah.
If I thought it would work, I would do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stick to my original game plan of those two and just know he'll be really ready for something else. Perfect world, if I showed him, Gooder and Stopper could go to the Cactus fresh, have shown at all. I could also show him at the Cactus too, at the Run for Million qualifier. Which one do you think, Megan? Monte Carlo?
But that's hard because you need to kind of save him for the Cactus.
Yeah, I'm just not sure he's going to be in shape enough is all.
By the Cactus, surely.
Yeah, by the Cactus. By the NRBC for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that helped or if I just made it worse. It'll all be fine once I commit and write it down. Then it's like, once you jump off the ledge, then you figure it out. Fun having this many nice horses, though. It wasn't always like that. Feel free to put down in the comments. I think I'll probably have already chosen the horse by the time you guys watch this. Probably going to be, of the three, Stopper, Gooder, and Monte Carlo. I'd love for you to get down in the comments and make your pick on which one you think I should ride. And then, like I told you before, we'll put a link in for the American. Get your tickets if you can. I believe it's actually going to be televised. I'm not sure what channel. I'll find that all out. I'm going tonight to do the draw to see what team I'm on. But I'd love for you to come out, be in Globe Life Field. And as always, I appreciate all your questions, all your likes, all your follows. Instagram, I've been on TikTok now, getting after it. So go check out some of those fun videos. And if you're looking for some help with your horse, go to mattmillsreining.com. You're still getting all of those tutorials up there that'll help you train your horse. So catch you next time. Man, I don't know who's tying these knots.